Hi guys, so today, Wednesday, March 2nd, we're going to talk about incorporating visuals. We are going to talk about rhetorical situation and incorporating research, which was our readings for today. Again, we have coming up due on Friday, March 4th, 8 entries into our notebook, about a paragraph long. So there should be about 8 paragraphs. A little more would be okay, it's fine. And we also have our topics due. Okay, I need to know what topics you're going to be working on. We need to get those hammered out, okay? And then for Friday, read Understanding Rhetoric 219 to 257. Okay? Today's reading is pretty simple. It was just talking about elements of the rhetorical situation, which are exigence, audience, language, and image of the text, writer, context, and medium. As you can see, it goes into detail. It tells you what each of these are. Exigence is the drive, the desire to change something specific. This involves our personal involvement in and experience with and recognition of a state of affairs that needs to be changed and can be changed through language. Audience involves the people whom the writer wishes to change. These people bring to the writer's message an array of beliefs, values, knowledge, and experiences that they draw on as a reader to construct meaning. So all of my experience and life experience, knowledge, beliefs, and values comes into play. Language and image of the text consist of the information, arguments, reasons, evidence, data structure, and physical design that the writer constructs, right? Writer, comprised of 2 layers, the actual physical individual who sits in front of the keyboard, who sits in front of the keyboard or holds the pen, and the textual person created by the writer who takes shape by means of the language, okay? The context, that's the 3 elements, the current problem situation which the writer believes needs to be changed, the situation within which the audience reads the language created by the writer, and the overarching cultural situation that leads the writer to identify one problem. Okay? Medium. The medium is any way that the style, the register, the dialect, conventions, and so forth. Image and design. That's your medium. Okay? It goes into more detail as you read down through, and talks about the constraints, about the rhetorical situation. Constraints are rhetorical limitations. What limits the writer's ability to navigate the rhetorical situation? For example, every medium and genre has certain constraints. Sorry guys, my voice is just my allergies. I'm so sorry. Okay, so that's the first reading that we were to do. The second one is just incorporating sources. I think this is really important for you guys to kind of read and look over. Some of you struggled with this in our rhetorical analysis, and it's plagiarizing if you don't do it correctly. So I want you guys to pick this up and take it forward in your academic career. You really need to learn how to do this so that you don't get in trouble for plagiarism down the road, right? So this talks about referring to authors and participants. Refer to the author by their last name. So after you've already introduced them in an MLA format, you will use their full name the first time you mention them, but only their last name after that. So you do not need to say doctor or professor or use other titles when referring to the authors, just their last name, okay? A lot of you talked about Brandt. You don't say Cindy Wang Brandt. You don't say Wang Brandt. You don't say Cindy. After you introduce her, you say Brandt. Be sure to use multiple authors if there are multiple authors, so don't just use one last name. Or if there's 2 or 3 authors, use all of their last names. After 3 authors, you go to et al, which is right here, okay? It means others. Make sure that what you use to refer to the author or sources corresponds to your works cited page. There was to be a works cited page in your last paper. Many of you have not included a works cited page, and those are points off. So I'm bummed about that for you guys. Make sure that you have a works cited page. You have to. It's plagiarizing if you don't. You have to have a works cited page, and you have to have in-text citation. Okay? It goes on to talk about primary research and participants, or somebody who might remain anonymous. Okay? Summarizing, paraphrasing, and quoting. Our papers do not have, your rhetorical analysis had nothing but quoting, which quotation marks around, right? We did have a summary. You guys did a 75-word summary. Just about everybody did that fine. That was not an issue. You guys loved summarizing your article. It was using the rhetorical strategies that have really been difficult for you. And rightly so. It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to learn. But we'll get you there. Paraphrasing, I'm sure you all know. For paraphrasing, for MLA or APA, is just restating a shorter passage in your own words. You still have to cite it. You still have to have your brackets, not quotations, brackets, with the page number, okay? At least for MLA, which is what we're writing in. Okay, then it gives some examples for you guys, and then it talks about in-text citations, which is what I prefer. I prefer an in-text citation over paraphrasing. You can paraphrase, but I think you're bordering. It's scary on plagiarism there. So I like an in-text citation. When you give an in-text citation, you put it in quotation marks and you give a reference page number. You cite the page number. And it correlates with your works cited page, right? And this gives you examples. Okay, so say Gannon is the author, right? So if you say Gannon states, and then you put in this quote, you don't have to include the last name here. Just give me this, okay? The only time you have to put the author in with the page number like that is if you don't state Gannon states, right? Okay. I don't think there's anything else on that. So that covers the 2 readings. For today, we are going to watch a couple of videos. They're not ungodly long, incorporating visuals. This shows you how to do it in Word. And this basically gives you some idea of what you're going to be doing also. So make sure you watch both of those. You need to watch both of those. And then you're going to do the activity incorporating visuals. You're going to go through your essay 1 or your essay 2. I don't care which one you use. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to be rereading them. And then go through the following steps, okay? Vary the font size and size for your title. Include 1 photograph relevant to your topic. Incorporate 1 pull quote, which is optional. You're going to choose 1 photograph that in some way help your audience visualize your topic, and it gives you the guidelines. Use AP Newsroom or another database from Bracken, or copy images from the sources you have found. Okay, you can go to Google if you want, but you need to make sure that I know where you got it from. You have to cite your text or your picture. Make sure that you tell me where it's from. Place the photos on the right or left margin, not the center of the page, as that will make it difficult for readers to follow the text. Use the wrap text function for each image and caption. Choose square. These guidelines are all in the video also, so you can follow along in the video and watch what they do and easily do the same thing, okay? All of them. I also have a PDF. Visuals are an important rhetorical strategy. They can strengthen the pathos as well as keep the reader's interest. We'll do this in these ways. Vary the font type and size for your title. Include one photograph relevant to your topic. Incorporate one pull quote. Essay title. So to make it stand out, you're going to vary it. Don't go crazy with this. 16-point font is plenty large enough. Incorporating visuals. Again, this is the guidelines. As you can see, I did it over here. These are my grandbabies. This is Kaylee, and this is Drew, my little red-headed. Okay, so anyway, you can see that I incorporated the picture. I wrapped the text around it, and I put in, this is not really a pull quote, but it is the same thing, okay? I put in a text box and I wrote in it. You could have a quote in it to kind of explain your picture, right? Setting text apart. Again, I did it over here. I put in a text box, I wrapped it, and I put in some important information that makes it stand out. That's what it's for, right? Do's and don'ts, right? Don't just throw the photograph in your essay at the end. That's lazy, it's boring. Don't use photographs that have been copyrighted. This is why I don't want you to use Google. I would prefer that you use the library AP Newsroom. If you're not sure they're okay to use, don't use them. Google images are not always usable, so try the suggested places to find images instead. Don't assume your reader will see the photograph, see how the photograph relates. That's why a caption is required, right? Not necessarily a pull quote, but you could put in something that tells me about the picture and how it relates to your paper, okay? Again, check the Purdue OWL for help with the citation format for the works cited or reference pages. So you need to add a works cited reference to your photograph, okay? I think that's it, guys. I think that's all we're doing today. If you have any questions or anything was confusing, let me know. As you can hear, I'm having some trouble with my voice and I'm just not feeling good. So I'm a little off. My head hurts and it's hard to concentrate sometimes over the pain of my head. So I try to get it all out there and try and get it clear. I stumble a lot. So I apologize. But I think that's it, guys. I think that's all you have to do today. I wish you all well. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to email me. I'm still working on your papers. I will get them done. I'd say I'm about halfway done. So I'm hoping by Friday I'll have them done for you, okay? Thanks, guys.